Well, new here at 11, Governor Tony Evers is suing the Republican-controlled state legislature. In a lawsuit filed this morning, the governor alleges Republicans are obstructing basic government functions. This includes not approving pay raises for 35,000 University of Wisconsin employees. The legislature included a 6% pay raise for UW employees over 2 years in the state budget, but has withheld its approval over the university's diversity, equity, and inclusion positions.
When the Republicans decided that 35,000 people that work for the UW system shouldn't get a raise without having any legislation that gives them that authority, that's just bullshit.
Now, the governor argues the legislature is breaking the state constitution and separation of powers by creating legislative vetoes through which the actions of the executive branch are blocked. The lawsuit argues the state Supreme Court should take the case directly. If the court agrees to accept the case, it would then set deadlines for arguments within a few weeks.